Hello, 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 and welcome to Courageously Kind. I'm Maddie.
And I'm Liz. We're twin sisters and best friends.
Together, we share stories of especially kind humans doing especially kind things, in hopes that these conversations motivate and inspire you to be kinder to yourself and others. When we're not speaking with an incredible guest, we'll speak directly from our hearts about what it means to us to be courageously kind. Our guest this week is doing incredible things to make a difference in his community by performing these giant acts of kindness. And I say this about every single one of our guests, but he's truly doing incredible things and he's an incredible person. And we are so excited for you to hear Bryan's story from Bryan himself. Bryan's story is really such a testament to the fact that we all can make a difference within our communities, and the amount of good and the positive impact that just one person can have on their community is incredible. And then that positive impact can inspire and influence people all around the world. It's truly, truly incredible. And Bryan was just so much fun to talk to, and we are so, so grateful for him coming on the podcast and sharing his story and how he is embarking on this journey to perform 30 big acts of kindness before his 30th birthday. Without further ado, here's Bryan. We usually start with some fun little icebreaker things. So
if sure.
You don't mind, if you want to tell us a little bit about yourself, where you're from, things you like to do in your free time, and then Liz's favorite icebreaker question.
If you were a kitchen utensil, which one would you be?
I think I need some time for that one, but
Totally.
Hi, my name is Bryan Tsiliacos. I'm born and raised in San Francisco, California. Went to school out in Southern California, UC Riverside, studied finance, and once I graduated, I moved right back to San Francisco to kick off my career in tech, which I work full time and during the day, and then at night, I try to do these acts of kindness. So it's been a good balance. And what I do for fun, oh man, I try to keep, I have some plants I try to keep alive as best I can. I got my plant right here. Look at it. It's got a pathos plant. They're actually pretty easy, but
perfect.
And then playing golf with friends and cooking a lot of Peruvian cuisine. So so for ethnicity, I'm actually half Greek on my dad's side, and then I'm half Peruvian on my mom's side.
Oh, awesome.
And I really grew close with the Peruvian culture. I had more family members here in the Bay Area.
Yeah.
And cooking was just a way for me to bond with my mother and to really understand and immerse myself in the culture. So now as an adult, it's something nice to do and also to share that experience with other people who maybe not familiar with Peruvian food and whatnot. So
that's awesome.
Cool.
Yeah.
What's your favorite dish to cook? Yeah.
Oh, a favorite dish? Yeah, it's pretty simple. It's called arroz con pollo, which is this chicken and rice.
Delish.
It has a unique spin on it because the rice appears green. Well, it is green because of cilantro.
Ooh.
But cilantro is a little controversial. Some people say it tastes like soap. Peruvian cuisine, we do use it a lot, so it's a bit unfortunate.
Yum. I think I like cilantro.
We're not cilantro.
Okay.
No, we are cilantro inclusive.
Oh, cilantro here. Heck yeah. Okay. I love it. Yeah, no, it's been, and then those, and then other than that, just working full time and try to focus on my career, but also focusing on giving back to others. So it's been a unique past couple, a year, I would say. It's been transformational. So
it's so awesome. Let's get into it. You want to get into it? Where?
Oh wait, hold on. Favorite
kitchen utensil. Yes, of course. I can't,
all right,
can't skip that.
I think I would be a slow cooker because I believe, because I believe in taking things slow and steady to achieve the best result. So
wonderful answer. You know what I love about this question? So good. Everyone answers this so differently. I love it.
I love it too.
We've gotten, I think mine's a wooden spoon. Liz was.
Oh, nice.
A
blender, maybe.
Yeah.
What did Jen say?
Blender, okay.
Hand mixer.
A hand mixer. I like it. Very creative.
Okay, I love it. I passed it. Hard one. That's a good one.
That's a good one. We should keep a list of like all the
That's a good one.
kitchen
Yeah, I like
utensil
that.
things. So now that is covered and established,
That was the hard part. That was the hard part. Yeah.
let's talk about 30x by 30. Where did this idea come from? Where did the inspiration come from? And how did you get it off the ground and started?
Yeah, no. So yeah, I'll tell you about it. So the motivation to really go on this journey was really inspired by this deep sense of gratitude that I felt on my 29th birthday. Now looking back, it's funny because at the time I was feeling really anxious and uncertain about the future with my 20s ending and my 30s beginning. I know it's a while away for you both, but and I think, as we grow older and we, there's these societal pressures that are put on us that we need to achieve a certain level of success by a certain age.
For sure.
So anyways, rather than just dwelling on it and hiding, under my bed sheets, what I did was I had a very uplifting approach. I took out literally a sheet of paper and I started to write down all these things that I was grateful for. And I realized that all these blessings in my life were made possible because of the support and generosity of others. So I decided I want to put this gratitude into action by doing these acts of kindness in my community. And then it just took off from there. It's just like a snowball. It was insane.
That's so awesome. I love that it starts with gratitude.
Yeah.
That is,
It's
so
a
awesome.
powerful tool in tough times. It's
So
easy
powerful.
to be gracious in good times, right?
Yeah.
But it's a decision you need to make, and it's a great way, it's a great lens to view life through, especially when you're down and out.
For sure. For sure. Megan, we talked with Megan Snedden, who's the founder of The Kind Effect, and she had a really similar story of how it was rooted in wanting to look for the good in a hard time in her life. So awesome.
It takes practice, takes work. It's like a muscle. It atrophies pretty quickly. So I still have to remind myself every day. It's good to write down one thing to be grateful for. And I know there's a lot of good apps out there that encourage and push you. So.
Yeah, that's awesome. Awesome to start your day with that too.
I love it.
Do you have a favorite act of kindness that you've done?
It's probably hard to pick.
Yeah.
Now to say, choosing one is tough because, every person I gave to was just so appreciative and touched by my gesture. So just to kind of give you an idea of these acts, I've, raised almost $18,000 to make care boxes for 150 animal shelter workers.
Wow.
Yeah, it's a lot. You wouldn't expect to be so much money. Your care box would be so expensive, but it turns out supplies aren't cheap.
Inflation,
inflation. Yeah, it's also like the quality of supplies as well.
Yeah.
So that mattered the most. Of course, nothing wrong with going to Costco, right, or a wholesaler, get some items. But for me, it's important that the people I give to recognize that this is a big act of kindness. Yeah. And obviously there's gonna, they're gonna walk away feeling inspired and wanting to give back to others. Yeah. And then giving meals to 135 911 dispatchers. And as you can probably tell, a lot of these acts are centered around essential workers because I just feel like they're, at times they can be very, they can be underappreciated and overlooked, especially the ones that aren't considered your frontline workers, right? Garbage collectors, your 911 dispatchers. Now, obviously, I've given to nurses, I've given to firefighters, and those are all great. Yeah. But I wanted to recognize those who are kind of behind the scenes, if you will. But no, if I wanted to choose one, I would say it was my second act of kindness. And that was the time when I gave about $12,000 worth of classroom supplies to 150 middle school teachers.
Wow.
The reason why that sticks out is because it was really rewarding and challenging. So rewarding because, at that time, the school district that I gave to was going through some very unique challenges, and their school teachers were in need of essential items. Yeah. So it was almost perfect timing for me to donate those much needed supplies. Yeah. Now you can imagine challenging because I had to figure out what to give them.
Yeah.
And how I was going to get the resources to give to 150 teachers.
Yeah.
So what I decided to do was I worked with the principals of the 7 middle schools to get a wish list of items to give to their teachers. And then I got to get creative. So what I decided to do was reach out to the companies that either manufactured that particular item, right? Or companies willing to purchase those items on behalf of the schools. So
Yeah.
I sent out hundreds of emails to
Yeah.
brand. I had a lot of meetings just like this over Zoom to explain like who I am, what I'm trying to do, and why. So,
Yeah.
you know, most of them were, you know, it took some convincing, to be honest, with some brands, because of course,
Sure.
an individual, they're like, are you a nonprofit? I'm like,
Yeah.
they're like, do we get like a donation receipt? I'm like, again, not a 501(c), like I can't do any of that.
Yeah.
But a lot of them got behind it. So
Awesome.
the result was just, you know, thousands of dollars worth of supplies literally shipped to my house. You can imagine it started to look like an Amazon warehouse. I do have a funny story because most of the items you can imagine are small, like pencils, erasers, markers. And a lot of the supplies, let me be clear, were geared towards the teachers, not the students, because teachers are overlooked, right?
Yeah,
most of the attention gets
absolutely.
applied in students, and rightly so. But teachers need markers, Post-it notes, staplers, these essential items as well.
Yeah.
So, anyways, there was a supplier who wanted to give, and what they wanted to give specifically were these disinfecting wipes, right?
Oh, sweet.
Especially for COVID, you know, post-COVID, kind of wiped in. But the problem was it was 1,000 pounds worth of disinfecting wipes. Yeah, so they're like, dude, we want to give, but we can't ship it to a residential address, right?
Yeah.
You go to a place that has a loading dock and a pallet jack. And but again, like it's a story of determination and perseverance. I just told them, no problem. I'll figure it out. I'll find a way. They're like, all right, let us know. So what I did was I actually went to my local grocery store, talked to the store manager, explained to them what I was doing, and I convinced them to actually accept the shipment. It was crazy. So
that rocks. Oh my gosh.
It worked. It worked. I mean, I don't know if it's legal, but no, just kidding. Cut that out. No. But they accepted it. And I literally drove there with my car when it arrived, and I must have done 3 or 4 full trips. My car was just filled with this disinfectant wipes. They come packaged up, like almost like baby wipes almost. So you can imagine.
Oh my gosh, yeah.
Oh yeah, it was like filled to the brim, my entire car. So 3 or 4 of those runs, and
wow.
And yeah, so it all worked out. It was a beautiful moment, I'd say.
That's amazing. I can't even comprehend what like 1,000 pounds of disinfectant wipes would look like. I can't even imagine.
Well, ABC did a story on it. So if you look up the article, the thumbnail, you'll see the photo. It's like in the one part of the background, so you can just see the sheer amount of wipes. So it was crazy. Yeah,
I'll look it up right after this, and we'll link it in the description too.
Yeah, exactly. San Francisco's prone for earthquakes, so my biggest concern was, I don't know, literally things were just stacked up super high in my house. So anyways, shout out to my parents. They allowed me to ship the items there. There's no way my apartment could hold all these items. That's how I managed to pull it off.
That's amazing.
Incredible.
That is amazing.
Team effort.
Oh my gosh. That's so awesome. You mentioned earlier that this project was transformational for you.
Yeah.
Could you talk a little bit more about that and what you have learned through this process?
Yeah, absolutely. I started off with just a really simple goal, which is I wanted to show appreciation. It was to essential workers, right?
Yeah.
Just kind of pay it forward for all the kindness that I've received over the years from friends and family. And again, I translated to essential workers.
Yeah.
My friends and family, obviously, I do enough for them. So I think I got for the broader community. But I'd say the biggest takeaway from this project is that I've learned that anyone can make a difference, right? You don't necessarily have to be a part of a large charitable organization or have a ton of personal resources to make a big impact. What I've discovered that it just requires 3 things: time, determination, and creativity to make something happen. So that's why I encourage everyone just to go out there, whether it's a big act of kindness or a small act of kindness. You just never know that the impact that's going to have on someone. And the best part is kindness is addicting, right?
Yeah.
When you see that joy in someone's face, right? You receive that heartfelt thank you.
Yeah.
It gives you that motivation to want to keep on going, right? It's love. It was kind of unexpected. I mean, again, I've been very kind to my friends and family, but when you're giving such a big way, it's like you just can't stop. And that's what's really given me that momentum, I would say. Just keep pushing and think about more creative and bigger ways to give. So there is one that's coming up that I'm really excited. So this is I was very fortunate over the course of this journey to get a lot of publicity. And I was on Good Morning America at the end of December to talk about my journey. And one of the acts of kindness that they're going to help me with is showing appreciation to nurses. To recognize, or at least to honor my grandmother, who actually was a nurse for over 20 years at a specific hospital called Shriners Children's Hospital, California. So that's actually going to take place on May 8th during National Nurses Week. And that's going to be a huge give back moment. And it's really months in the making. So it's going to be kind of a culmination of everything that I've worked towards, all the learnings, especially of working with individuals and the press. But it's going to be a really beautiful moment, and it's a great way. I think this will be the last act of kindness as well in my journey, just to kind of as a good send off, I would say, and kind of take things off camera, because I feel like this journey, there's definitely a lot of pressure and attention to want to document it, but I never started this journey to do that, right? I have no intention to be a kindness influencer. I think it's all about what you do off camera. But what I did, my first initiative, which was making gourmet desserts for firefighters, and NBC caught wind of the story. They just asked, like, how can we follow your journey? And I was like, oh, great.
Here we go.
I know. So I had to get started Instagram, get these social handles, which is all great. I love it because it inspires more people to give back. I'm sure you guys get this, the DM saying, wow, I love this story. Thank you so much. You know, it makes me think about or self-reflect and how I can give back. So it's been all good. I think, like, this journey's been great, but I think at this point, like, moving forward, I still want to do bigger acts of kindness. And I think what I would do is, like, once a year, I'll coordinate rather than trying to do so many in such a short amount of time.
Because you have a full-time job too, right?
Full-time job. So like, we're scheduling this between my own meetings. So, like, it's been really tough, but also super rewarding. So, like, again, very, very transformational in that regard. And just like my outlook in life I'd say has changed in a way that, I am more focused, not just focused, but like, I have more of a giving mindset. I think this whole experience has constantly given me this lens of looking through life through how can I help others? Is this going about my day? Like, what are the little things I can do that don't have to be documented? Whatever it may be. So it's been pretty incredible.
That's so awesome. And so I know that like you want to not have to think about like documenting it all, but it is really cool that you get to see it and it gets to inspire others too.
It is really cool. And again, like, just the amount of publicity has been pretty crazy. I remember waking up and People Magazine saying I'm one of the kindest people in America. I was like, whoa, so cool. I don't know. I don't know. It's pretty crazy. I just got it. Well, I mean, I knew they were going to do a story, but they didn't say what. And I just woke up to the news and facing a magazine, multiple magazines. So it's like my family members are like, what is happening? You started off making gourmet desserts for firefighters, and now you're, the article being written about you from, there's literally India Today wrote a huge piece on me.
Wow.
Yeah, man, trying to change the world through acts of kindness. I mean, it's great and all, but I don't need that pressure. Just in San Francisco, looking to give back, and the publicity is always going to be a plus, right? Because you're inspiring more people outside of friends and families who get to witness it. So it's a beautiful thing.
That is.
It's
totally.
So beautiful. It's so beautiful that media is focusing on these stories too. So
exactly. They're all on your side. You never any gotchas.
Yes. No, so good. So good. So where are you at in your 30 Acts by 30 journey? How many roughly have you done so far? You said the nurses one is going to be like the grand finale.
That's right. So it depends how you want to look at it, right? So, like, in cumulative, I give, like, obviously 2,000 acts of kindness if you count each I've given to. But if you want to do unique, then we're at 10, which is a good round number. So I'm hoping to get to 15, right? But I just think it's the perfect send off because there's 175 nurses, there's all this attention, and I just and a great way just to kind of wrap it up, right?
Yeah.
And then go on to the next thing in life, which I'm working on now. That's still gonna be related to kindness,
Sweet.
but still thinking through it. But yeah, every single one just takes a lot of time, determination, and creativity, like I said, to pull off. But it definitely got a little bit easier over time because the credibility that, again, the publicity provides, at least people start to trust you. They're like, oh, okay, like,
this is legit.
we're not gonna eat our snacks, So yeah, and then and like I said, anyone can do this. There's nothing really unique about myself. So like some of my older videos, I really try to break down the process of how you replicate it, right? So like, who am I reaching out to? It's actually directors of communication at these companies, lead up public relations, and their job is obviously to make their company look good. Right? And you're doing just that. So in exchange for product, you get at least get a nice little call out.
Yeah.
And the power of a cold email. And I think everyone should learn just how to, literally you have access to anyone in the world. It's true.
Yeah.
You email CEOs, CMOs, you can email celebrities, maybe not, but maybe their agents. It doesn't matter. Anything is possible. When you see someone on TV, chances are you can find their email address and you can reach out. Yeah. And they might respond, and you just never know where it'll take you. So I'm sure you guys experienced that, right? Like getting guests to speak. You just say, hey, maybe I'll get this person to come on, and it's worked. So it's pretty incredible, right?
Yeah, for sure.
Love a cold email.
We do love a cold email. Yeah.
Yeah.
It worked for you. You're here.
It works with me. Yeah, exactly. No, it was good. Like I said, that's been my ace. It's just that's how I've been able to kind of move. Almost seems like move mountains.
Yeah.
I couldn't do this alone, right? I needed external resources. But again, they didn't need to have the credibility of being a nonprofit.
Yeah.
Right. It said you can make a positive difference if you put your mind to it, because there are literally no obstacles you can't overcome. People are going to help when you want to do good in the world. Yeah. And that is, I think, super profound.
For sure. For sure. Taking that one step of courage ties our name a little bit. Yeah. Just like embracing that and then
and just keep on going. Like I said, I don't know where this is going to lead me in 10 years, but I know this is a good start, and it gives me, again, just a confidence that I can really make change. For sure. Now, I want to make lasting change. Giving someone a box, one would say, that make lasting change. That's just appreciation. So that's just scratching the surface on what the possibility can be. But I kind of laid in that foundation. Yeah. So whether it's maybe starting a nonprofit of my own, who knows? Yeah. But I just know that I can do it. So the point is, if I can do it, you all can do it. Okay. Yeah.
Amazing.
No fancy pedigree. Just a guy who set his mind to do something good, like anyone does. Like you set your mind to start this podcast. Look how far it's going.
Yeah. Yeah, just having the courage to do that. Yeah, for sure.
Courage. There we go.
For sure. Well, we're so excited to see where this project goes.
Yeah.
You are doing such amazing things. Thank you for what you're doing. How can people support you and support this project?
Yeah, absolutely. So, again, I document these acts on social media. So it's simply 30 acts by 30. I do have a GoFundMe, which was set up on my behalf by People Magazine. So again, when I started this off, I didn't want to obviously pull anyone else's resources. It was mainly focused on corporate giving, but people have just wanted to help out any way they can, whether it be volunteering or giving their own money. So GoFundMe has definitely helped kind of support me and all the other stuff that go along pulling off an act of kindness. It's not just the supply, it's the boxes you put them into, it's the labels, it's the haul that I have to run. For the they are giant. It's just me driving. Sometimes I drive some of the places you need to drop off an hour and a half away. So it's pretty. It's been everything. It's been a crazy experience. But again, it's all documented, which is super nice. And I love to eventually create just a short montage video of everything, so you have to kind of recap about what's happened and the impact I've been able to make. The last thing I will say is the two things. So again, what I don't know if I answered it, but what keeps me motivated is one, the immediate impact that kindness can have on an individual. So when I gave to the school teachers, I remember one of them, when I handed him his just giant classroom kit, filled with everything he needed, he took it he stopped and he looked at me and he said, Bryan, I've been a teacher for 30 years here in this middle school, and no one has ever done anything like this before for us, our teachers. It's incredible. Thank you. And I'm like, whoa. I mean, that's very profound. I mean, I'm only 30 years old. So think about the amount of time this guy's been teaching. I've been alive. But again, you don't really understand the impact. That's what I'm trying to say. Like, it's incredible just to witness that. Yeah. So he's going to continue teaching. I'm going to continue living my life. But I guarantee you that moment is going to stick with us forever.
Yeah. Oh, man.
And then what you don't see, and what's amazing about kindness is really that chain reaction. Because when you do good to someone, inspires them to do the same. And that creates, I believe, this domino effect of goodness. Yeah. Right. It ripples through society that makes us more just compassionate, and just more generous. And the best part is we all have that ability to kind of pick off that goodness or that cycle or that domino effect in our own local communities. So it's beautiful. So
beautiful.
Yeah. I want to make sure I got that in there.
No, it's so good. That was so good.
Perfect.
Well, thank you so much for your time. And for doing what you do, man. It's so cool.
No, and I appreciate both of you to have a platform that allows people to come here and talk about their stories, right? We're not alone. It kind of feels like sometimes we're a bit siloed when we do these acts of kindness. But, going onto your site and just hearing about other stories, it's pretty incredible just to know that, it'd be amazing to imagine the collaboration across the U.S. We all come together. Because a lot of really creative people come back in their own unique ways, and and that inspires me. Like I Google around and I look at news stories, and it's incredible. Whether you're children as young as like 8 years old coming up with ways to give back, like reading to animals at dog shelters. I was like, oh, that's amazing. To anyone who's like 60 years old, and they're raising money to get a wheelchair for someone, that's what I'm saying. Like, you can do this at any age, or it literally is no pressure here, which is pretty incredible. So get started when you can.
Yeah. Absolutely.
Again, a huge thank you to Bryan for sharing his time and his energy with us. It truly is so inspiring, and one of the things I love about getting to host this podcast, getting to produce this podcast, is that we get to talk to so many different people that are making a difference in our world. They start in their community and then it just spreads, and that, really is a testament to the power of the internet too, like being able to get to hear about these stories and connect with these people via the internet. You know what I mean? Like, most of our interviews are over Zoom, and we find people on social media that are doing incredible things, and we're able to connect with them. And I think it really is such a gift to be able to do this, and it gives me and Liz so much hope and just a fresh perspective on the world. It's so encouraging and so motivating and so inspiring to get to hear these stories of people that are making such a difference within our world. It really is just kind of the best thing ever. So thank you so much for listening. Again, huge thank you to Bryan, and we'll be back next week with a mini episode, some commentary from me and Liz. We're going to be talking about something that we have wanted to talk about for a while now and just haven't had the opportunity to do so, and now we kind of feel like that opportunity is here, and we think it's going to be kind of a hard topic to talk about, to be honest, but something that we've wanted to talk about for a while, and that we think is an important conversation to have, especially with what we do here at Courageously Kind. So sorry for the little teaser, but you'll have to wait until next week to see what that is. But until then, lots of love, take care, and we'll see you back here real soon. Bye.
We'd like to give a huge thank you to Anna Waltz Landscape Contracting for their support of Courageously Kind.
Anna Waltz is a family-owned landscape contracting company in Berks County that has served Pennsylvania for over 35 years.
If you're ready to get your landscaping project started, visit annawaltzlandscape.com or call 610-916-7070.
Anna Waltz Landscape Contracting, beautifying Pennsylvania 1 yard at a time.
Thank you so much for listening. If you like this episode, feel free to share it with your friends, your family, or anyone you think might like it too.
And if you want to support the show, leave us a review on Spotify or Apple Podcasts. It really does help. Or check out our merch store at courageouslykind.org. Take good care, and we'll see you back here real soon.